join our hearts to build a nation of our dreams. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Your problem is my problem and my joy is your joy. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Make we join our hearts to build a nation of our dreams. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Your problem is my problem and my joy is your joy.
This is 93.7 Citizen FM, Abuja.
The time is 6 o'clock, time for Citizen FM News at 6. First, the headlines. Federal government expresses commitment towards development of cotton sector. Governors set to meet CBN governor over redesign of Naira note. 60 persons die in Afghanistan freezing temperature. And now the details. Speaker of the House of Representatives Femi Gbajabiamila has urged members of the National Assembly to focus on the national assignment as they are distracted by the political campaigns towards the general elections. Gbajabiamila, in his opening remarks, particularly urged members of the House to continue to do the people's work despite the obligations and distractions of the political campaign season. The Speaker said as lawmakers approach the end of their term in office, he was hopeful that they would continue to meet and exceed expectations in the new year. Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment Otumba Adini Adebayo has expressed the federal government's commitment in promoting the development of the cotton subsector of the economy. Adebayo said this at the opening of the first Nigeria International Cotton Summit and Expo in Abuja. Adebayo, who was represented by Mr. Dewale Bakare, the director of the Industrial Development Department in the ministry, emphasized the need to resuscitate the country's textile industry. He said that the ministry facilitated the Central Bank of Nigeria's intervention fund to the cotton, textile, and garment sector as part of efforts to promote the development of the cotton sector of the economy. Minister of Women Affairs, Pauline Talon, has appealed to judges presiding over sexual and gender-based violence cases to quicken proceedings in such suit. Talon said this in Abuja at a capacity-building program for designated judges handling SGBV, noting that it's unacceptable and efforts must be made to strengthen coordination of multi-sectoral response to address this trend. The judges were drawn from across the Federation for the two-day event being hosted by the Federal Ministry of Justice. Minister of Labor, Employment and Productivity, Chris Ngige, has said lack of transparency on the part of the leadership of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, made the federal government register viral or rival trade unions in the university system. Speaking in his office in Abuja during the presentation of certificates of registration to the Congress of University Academics and the National Association of Medical and Dental Academics, Ngige noted that both unions have been officially gazetted and are therefore entitled to all labor rights as enshrined in the International Trade Unions Constitution. The minister said before 2020, Konua had approached the ministry complaining of a lack of democracy and transparency in the leadership of ASU, especially in rendering a proper account of their check-up dues remitted from the government. Military Pensions Board says the delay in the receipt of payment of security debarment allowance by eligible military retirees was due to hitches between the Central Bank of Nigeria and disbursing banks. The chairman of the board, Rear Admiral Saburi Lawal, made this known in a statement in Abuja. Lawal said the delay did not emanate from the board, but from technical hitches experienced between the CBN and the disbursing banks of the retirees and next of kin of deceased pensioners. He said the board had, however, assured the retirees that efforts were being made to resolve the observed problems and to commence payment immediately. governors of the 36 states have planned to meet with the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, over the present withdrawal policy and the redesigned Naira notes. The governors, under the auspices of the Nigeria Governors Forum, through its spokesperson Abdul Razak Bello Barkindo, said the governors would exchange ideas with Emefiele on the economic and security implications of the current withdrawal policy and Naira redesign. Spokesperson Bello Barkindo said the chairman of the NGF, who is the Sokoto State Governor Aminu Tambuwal, had invited Emefiele to meet with the governors. Presidential candidate of the New Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, Alhaji Musa Rabiu Kwankwaso, has revealed that he is ready to step down his 2023 presidential ambition if he sees a better candidate contesting the 2023 elections. The NNPP presidential flag bearer promised that he would revamp the economy and create a conducive environment for businesses to thrive and to attract more foreign investment if elected. He revealed this while talking about his presidential and political credentials at the Chatham House in the United Kingdom.
Appreciating the good work that numerous UK businesses in Nigeria are doing to build our economy, our incoming administration will work deliberately to strengthen the Nigeria-UK relations post-Brexit, expand businesses opportunities, and create business climate that will make Nigeria a more attractive destination for investors. Finally, let me say this. Our country is yet at another crossroad. We are facing an election in which, for the first time in 20 years, President Buhari will not be a candidate. We are going into an election at a time when poverty is biting so hard and money-bagged politicians believe that they can take advantage of the very poverty they inflicted on the nation.
The Chatham House is the British Royal Institute of International Affairs. Away from that, head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Folashade Yemieson, has decried the rampant cases of sudden deaths among civil servants in the country. Yemieson, who stated this in Abuja at the inauguration of the newly established Employee Wellness Center for Civil Servants, said many civil servants suddenly die as a result of work-related diseases that are even preventable. Yemieson disclosed that this pathetic situation of workers necessitated the building and the commissioning of the Wellness Center for them. President of the Pediatric Association of Nigeria, Dr. Olufemi Ogunrinde, has dismissed widespread beliefs that the best brains among healthcare professionals had left Nigeria to seek greener pastures abroad. Ogunrinde made the dismissal in Akure at a news conference to herald the 54th Annual General Meeting and Scientific Conference of PAN, that is the Pediatric Association of Nigeria. The theme of the conference is optimizing child health care in Nigeria despite current socio-economic challenges. Hydroelectric Power Producing Areas Development Commission has awarded the contract of a project worth 1.2 billion naira to 9 contractors for the total overhaul of the Borgo water supply. The Managing Director, Hyperdeck, Alhaji Abubakar Sadiq Yelwa, represented by Director, Community and Rural Development of the Commission, Dr. Mahmoud Umar Mohammed, disclosed this at the official site handing over for the rehabilitation of New Busa Waterworks held at New Busa Borgo local government area of Niger State. While handing over the site for immediate commencement of work to the various contractors, the Managing Director implored them to exhibit high level of decorum and patriotism in executing the project, cautioning that any contractor found wanting on any of the already laid down rules of the convention shall be made to face penalty. Customs Strike Force Team A, Keja, has said that it intercepted 5,124 kilograms of cannabis sativa along the coast of Lekki in Lagos. The customs controller in charge of the team, Sani Yusuf, while addressing journalists at the command, said the contraband, with an estimated duty paid value of 516 million naira, was intercepted following credible intelligence in January of 2023. He added that the contraband were being moved directly from the ships to trucks before his men intercepted them. Director General of the World Health Organization, Dr. Tedros Ghebreyesus, has announced plans to establish a new TB vaccine accelerator council. Dr. Ghebreyesus, who said this at a high-level panel on TB at the World Economic Forum, noted that the adverse impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on tuberculosis services had brought the urgency of vaccine development efforts into sharp focus. He said the council will facilitate the licensing and the use of effective novel TB vaccines, catalyzing high-level alignment between funders, global agencies, governments, and end users in identifying and overcoming barriers to the TB vaccine development. And a story from the foreign scene: at least 70 people have died in a wave of freezing temperatures sweeping Afghanistan as extreme weather compounds a humanitarian crisis in the poverty-stricken nation, according to officials. Since January 10, the mercury has plunged in Kabul and several other provinces, with the central region of Gore recording the lowest reading of -33 Celsius. In the countryside, homeless families were seen warding off the cold by huddling around campfires, whilst in the snow capital, domestic coal heaters were fired up by the more fortunate. And in sports, president of the Nigeria Sports Federation and Nigeria School Sports Federation, Olabisi Joseph, has assured that the body will maximize the potential of students at the school or the second World School Athletics Trials, which gets underway in Abuja. The event serves as qualifiers for the International School Sports Federation Under-18 World School Athletics Championships in Turkey from June 19 to 25 as part of the ISF Under-15 World School Sports Games, which will be held in Brazil from August 19 to 27. Joseph recalled that the first edition of the trial has given the NSSF the impetus to stage the second and get more representatives for the country, following the revelation of Ronke Akombi, an SS1 pupil from Ogun State, who won gold in the girls' 3,000 meter race at the 19 ISF Gymnaside in France in 2022. And that's about the size of the news tonight. But before we go, a look at stories that made headlines. We told you that the federal government has expressed commitment towards development of the cotton sector. Governors are set to meet CBN governor over redesign of the Naira notes. And on the foreign scene, 60 people have reportedly died in Afghanistan freezing temperature. And that's the news at 6, as edited by Aisha Shuaibu Badegi. To listen to us online, please visit citizenfm.ng. I am Didi, and to stay with us. Super Citizen at Sunset continues.
Abuja, let's talk about it on our favorite radio station. Talk to us on 93.7 Citizen FM.
I am the vision, I am the spirit, I am the passion, I am the soul of the continent.